Hello, welcome to my channel and thank you for tuning in. Today I am going to show you this wedding journal I made. I call it the Bride's Book according to the name of the printables I used, and this is the cover, and I decorated it with a lovely white brocade, and here you can see the 3 signatures that are in there. I call it the Bride's Book according to the printables I used, and these are 2 of them, and there are somewhere from between the 1920s till 1940s. As you can see, they're really vintage, and I so much loved these that even if I don't have someone in my inner circle that's going to wed soon, I decided to make a bride's book anyway. So because it says the Bride's Book, I call this the Bride's Book as well, but actually it is a vintage wedding journal. I made a topper on it, and I will show you that it is made from vintage tablecloths and trims and bridal laces. I think they're really exquisite. I used some bling and some little roses. This is from a vintage bridal dress as well, and I used a lot of dangles in the signatures. So the opening is with a simple bow, and the topper is attached to it, so you can take this off, and that way the journal is opened and you can take this off entirely. And I did that on purpose because this journal is meant to be a wedding journal for notes, as in particular because you see it is already quite full. I couldn't stop decorating, that's a problem, but still you want to write in this. So I put a flat surface in the back of the journal, and it is quite sturdy. It's decorated on both sides, but not in a way that you can feel this, especially not the front, when you put it somewhere in the journal in order to be able to write. See, like this, the journal is flat. You put this underneath and you can write on it, because this will give a sturdy surface to write on. Like this, it will be more difficult to do so. So let's go through the journal. Here I used, and it will be difficult to see, but here I used an embossing thing which has my name in there, Jermaine's Journey, and I like to put that in every book I make. But let's head at the start of the journal. I put in these small quotes, and they're scattered all through the book. And let's start with the first writing space. Anyway, I will show you that there's 3 signatures in here, but we will meet them as we go through it. This is a folded page, the old-fashioned way. It folds into an envelope. As you can see, you can write on this. And that's why I did this, because I can imagine that you will use this book to write down your lists, your preparations for the wedding, your ideas about how you want to decorate things, and all things like that. So I put stuff in there to provide writing space for all that. So this is the start. And this is the wedding day memories, and you can put your names up here. I put small cards everywhere. There are wedding related and vintage as well, and I backed them with tea-dyed coffee paper. It doesn't show that easily, but it is tea-dyed coffee paper, tea-dyed paper, sorry. That provides writing space as well. I really like these images. These are tea and coffee dyed papers. And sometimes I will not say anything because it tells its own story. This is another paper again. This is an envelope I printed on and then I sewed around it. This is another one of these folded envelopes, and it tucks in here. This is gorgeous lace as well. I used vintage script pages I printed myself, coffee dyed laces, and I reinforced the middle of them so they wouldn't tear. And as you can see here, I used a 5-hole pamphlet stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because this book has been meant to last a lifetime and you don't want it to come apart. And also I need to show you the spine. It is a floating spine and a hidden spine in order to be able to put this book flat on the surface as much as possible, because it is made for mementos and writing. I love this quote. I used quite some pearl beads because I think a wedding and white and off-white and bling and pearls, they just go together. Use tuck spots. You can put photos in here, but not too many because it's already quite filled from itself. But a lot of tuck spots. You can put receipts in there. Isn't this lovely? Receipts, keepsakes. I love this saying, the momentous proposal. It's so vintage. This is quite recent quote from, what's a Bridget's diary? There's some other piece of lace. A vintage bouquet. This is the other side of the envelope, and here I made use of the window in there. Here's some embossed paper. It goes so well together. And a little trim on the back of the card. You can let it go over there. Vintage music papers, vintage lace. I love this card. It goes so well with the, I hope you can see it. I'm glad there is some daylight now. I hope the colors will come out well on the video. It's upper tuck spot. Another lovely quote. You can stick something on this page. I didn't decorate all the pages because I want to keep as much space as possible for you to make it your own book. Vintage trims. So this is the first signature, and as you can see, I put pearls and beads on the binding, which I left long enough. So up to the next signature, and that is here. And in between the signatures I did some inserts, which are flip and fold outs, and I tucked spots in there for writing as well. This one has a little booklet in it, so you can write on it. There's more writing space. And you can see that through the envelope window. This is also made from envelopes. My 4th tutorial is about that. This is also in there, and there you have 2 more tuck spots with writing spaces on the back. So that is in between the first and the second signature. I really loved all these quotes. This is another old-fashioned folded envelope / letter with writing space on the back. The invitation, the trousseau. I know there's still women who make a trousseau. You can tuck something in here. It's an upper tuck spot again. I thought this was going well with the trousseau bit in this book. Of course, the surprise showers. It's not only a bride's journal, is it? It's for the bride and groom at the same time. They both can put their notes in here. This is the start of the ceremony part, with a lovely quote on the back. I reinforced this as well. The certification, I really love this. Reminds me of the older days, and I really like this quote as well. Of course, the cake. This is a coffee dyed sandwich bag, and it has this lovely picture in there. This must be 1920s, won't it? Anyway, I love the picture. Again, a folded envelope the old-fashioned way. This is tucked in here, and you can fold it out, and again, more writing space. I imagine the bride's father writing his letter in here, won't you? For example. So like I said, making this journal, I remembered how much the parents of both sides were involved and like to contribute, and I can imagine that everyone would like to write something for the bride and groom in this book. Here are some more dangles. This is the other side of the lunch bag. Some more gorgeous lace. This is also a tuck spot. This might be a little too thick, but anyway, it goes up to there. You can put something in there. Bridesmaids, the ushers. Here are some more quotes. I didn't actually dare to put them on the paper somewhere. You can choose yourself where you want to put these. The guest list. Another vintage picture. It's the lady that I put on the topper as well. And this is some gorgeous blingy lace. I hope you can see it. It's really vintage. This couple is also gorgeous, aren't they? This is the second in-between insert I made. This is in between the second and the third signature, with again cards for notes. In here is a booklet. I bound it together with some ribbon, and this was a front in one of the printables. I think this is quite, don't forget this ever, I guess, with another booklet for notes, so you can tuck it in here. And then on the other side there's this window again with some more spaces with tucked in cards. Collect beautiful moments, that is the day, right? So here we are at the third signature, the honeymoon, with again gorgeous lace, a doily, some more cards with the wishes for the bride and groom. It's from the same era, you can see that from the colors. And as we are in the third signature, you can still write here. See? Perfectly flat surface. Then you put this in, as well as the other side. This is another envelope with a card tucked in there. Some more vintage lace. I didn't have a card anymore to tuck in here, but it is an upper tuck spot. I thought this was very appropriate with the home again. This quote. This might be the last vintage letter. See, it's folded in here. And when you open it, lots of writing space for thoughts or a letter from the dearest at you. Another tuck spot with another quote I didn't stick in there anymore. I can do that. You can also do it yourself as you please. I just adore these laces. How beautiful are they? I chose the colors to go well with the vintage prints I used for the book. Oh, I'm forgetting to show you this one. The last dangle. course with a heart in there. And if you go on honeymoon, it could possibly be Paris. And here is another piece of embossed paper on it. It's easier to put it in from this side. There. Paris peeking through the window. Some more vintage lace. Anniversaries. Another bouquet. And then I thought this quote would be very suitable for the last part of the book. The end of everything, the beginning and the end of everything. I think it's a lovely quote. And this is the last page of the 18 that were in the Bride's Book kit. And this is the spot where you can tuck your writing board. There. So this is the entire book. And I've shown you the topper already. I think it is simply, it turned out gorgeous. It took me a lot of time shoving around all these trims and laces, but I think it is in lovely balance. So this goes around the book. I enforced this piece of sari silk with this gorgeous wedding lace, and this way you can close the book with the lace and the sari silk. Tie your bow again, and there. So this is it. I hope you liked it. I liked it a lot to make it. I've got 4 tutorials up on my YouTube channel. I'm still editing them, but they will be there soon. And this journal is at this moment for sale, and if you would like to know more about it, you can DM me through Instagram or write me an email on the email address provided in the subscription box. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it, and I will hope this will find a forever home with a very lovely couple who will love using this. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.